Hello again, thank you for joining me on my channel. My name is David Charles, international psychic, medium and white witch, and today we're doing a reading for you called Are Outsiders Causing Trouble with My Romance? Do you think they could be? Are outsiders causing trouble with your romance, or trying to? Would you really like to know the answer? Stay with me and we'll find out in a few moments. We're going to do a pick a card reading with 4 decks of cards here in a few moments, after which we start stage 17 of the Old England Tarot School Diploma course, designed by myself and my soulmate Leslie. There she is, 23, 24 years ago. And today, as I said, we're doing stage 17, which is the 3 of Cups. And you'll love it. It's a great card. All the cups are good. Well, nearly all of them. So, is an outsider or outsiders, are they causing trouble in the background with your romance? Stay with me and we'll find out after this short run for the credits. Welcome back. So let's give these a shuffle. Pick the blue ones today. I've been shuffling them, but we'll just do a little bit more so you can see what's going on. I'm going to make 4 little packs of cards for you. I'm here to help you. That's my job. And if you're watching this, you may be concerned that somebody is causing trouble with your romance, or perhaps trying to. It's not unusual these days. It could be in-laws, relatives, ex-girlfriends or boyfriends, anybody, work colleagues. We'll find out. So there we have 4 decks of cards for you to choose from. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one do you fancy? Just think about it. Could be one that looks good. Maybe the way they're arranged. Maybe just a feeling inside. It could be your lucky number. Choose one of the decks. Pause the video if you want to. And when you finish choosing, we'll pick and start with number 1, which is this one. Just move these up a little bit up there. So if you chose number 1, this is for you, and a very special welcome to you if you're watching this all alone today. Well, the short answer, number 1, is I don't think at this moment, people are trying to cause trouble with your romance. I think they may have done in the past, but I don't think they succeeded, because you're still looking pretty good. But I've got to tell you what the spirits tell me, and the spirits tell me that there may be children involved with this, and that they could be some kind of wrangle over custody battles and that sort of thing. But I think it will turn out well in the end. I'm looking here 2 or 3 months ahead. As I see it now, nothing going on yet, but there may be soon. But I think you may be having people talking about you behind your back, not in a bad way, but they're discussing ways, if there are children, not all of you of course, this reading won't apply to all of you, but some of you, there may be children involved, and it may mean, this often happens in these readings, you may have to relocate, or your man or woman that you're interested in may have to relocate to make things happier for you, for all of you, for all concerned. So as far as the next few months go, watch out for that, because there could be people talking about you, but not really, I don't think, in a bad way. Although you may disagree. You may not agree with what they're saying. There appears to be movement for you and new beginnings, and the most important child, if there are children, is the youngest one for some reason. But the youngest one is also the brightest one. So you've got new beginnings, you've got movement. I don't think people are being nasty. Well, they don't think they are anyway. It could be social workers and people like that. They don't think they're being nasty or spiteful, but as I said, you may disagree. I believe that an older lady or an older man, possibly a lady, is advising in the background. Now I think you'll know who she is. She's advising, maybe social workers, maybe family members, but it looks a little bit messy, this relationship. And you may not be in it yet, you may be heading towards it. So this reading is what psychics call a timeless reading, which means there's no dates. You'll find this reading, number 1, when you're meant to find it. It could be today, it could be in 10 years from now, but it will be relevant to you when you find it. And you, of course, will choose and have chosen the cards. Same applies for these 2, 3 and 4. So anything to do with children may involve relocation. You won't all have children, but there may be children in the future. And I don't think, if you've got children now, I don't think they're babies. I think they're, school age at least. I think there's an advisor in this, an older lady, there she is, but it can be a man as well. But I think in this case, most of you, number one, will find that an old lady is giving advice. They may give advice to you as well. This older lady has been a mother herself and still is, a good one as well. So she's qualified to give advice, if that's the right word. She knows what's going on, she knows what's good for who, and well, everyone knows what's best, don't they, except you, that's what they think. But she is pretty good at what she does. But the end of this can show, number one, a few tears. So it doesn't look as though it's all cut and dried to be riding off into the sunset on a white horse, I always put it. It may not be quite that good. If you've got trouble with your romance, it may not be because of outsiders. It may just be trouble because you and he or she are not getting on too well. I don't see lots of bickering, so it may be just that you're drifting apart and you're thinking it's outsiders causing trouble when in fact it isn't really. It may be you too, or both of you. So you've got choices. New beginnings are coming, exciting times are coming, but they may end in tears. Now, of course, the beauty of having psychic readings is so that you can change things. And your job now, if you want to, is to make sure that this doesn't happen, to prove me wrong, that it doesn't end in tears, because the spirit world are warning of tears, and there can be tears of regret. You may wish you'd done things differently, and you can't turn the clock back, as I often say. So I hope that's not too complex for you. New beginnings, possible relocation. You may even have to relocate your work, some of you, number one. Not all of you. As I said, it's a general reading. You'll know if you've chosen the right deck or not. New beginnings are coming, possible movement, which should bring happiness at least in the short term. Listen for advice that may be coming to you. It may be coming to your partner from an older lady or man. Most likely a lady. If it's a man, then he is a good father. He's been a good dad when he was younger. Still is, of course. Don't get tears of regret. Don't get crying over spilt milk. And don't allow yourself to become down in the dumps. If this romance breaks up, I'm afraid that it was meant to break up, and better things will come later. If you want a full reading, go to my website, davidcharlespsychic.com, and you can pick a reading with one of my elite team that work for me on there. Or, if I'm available, you can book me on there as well, from anywhere on the planet. That's davidcharlespsychic.com. Please subscribe, number one, to my channel. Please share me with your friends on Facebook and all those things. Click like and join me on the bottom for some comments, and I'll talk to you. Interact with me, and we can work out things on there possibly. So thank you for listening, number one. Let's go on now to number two. There we are. As I say every time, if you chose number two, this one's for you. Okay, let's have a look. Well, the short answer is somebody causing trouble in the background. Number two, are they trying to interfere with your romance? Number two, are you sure you want to know? Because the answer is yes, I believe there is someone, and I think it's female or females with an S. And there is naughtiness going on. This is not the best reading I've seen recently, but I've got to tell you anyway what the spirit world are picking up, what the spirit world are warning of. Aggravation, irritation, arguments, bickering, and none of it is necessary. None of it. It's that time, we all have it, when you argue for hours and then think, I don't even remember what started this. You just can't work it out. Weeks later you think, that bad argument we had, and I don't know what caused it. And that's what you're going through here if you're not careful. There's bickering. I think if there's a man in this romance, because it could be two ladies, it could be two men, or a man and a woman. But if there's a man in this romance that we're looking at, he is the problem. So if you're the man, you're the problem, I'm afraid. So there could be a bit of aggression from this man. He could be a bit opinionated. He can be a bit irritating and sarcastic. Now, if you're the man, it could be you, and your job is to stop being like that. The romance is going through some turbulence. If not now, then it will be soon. As I said, I'm looking 3 or 4 months ahead. Turbulence is depicted by the Tower card. This is not all cards. Cards are part of this. It's a spiritual reading. But turbulence is predicted, and as I say over and over again, turbulence in a spiritual reading will come because it needs to. You won't like it at all, but you'll know afterwards that it was necessary to remove the rubbish, to remove the negativity. So grin and bear it if you can. Remember what I told you, remember what David said. Any turbulence is needed. You may find that people interfere, as I said, I think they are. Their interference could be causing trouble, and it could have been causing trouble for quite a while actually, although you may not necessarily have known that. But I think there are at least one woman causing trouble in the background in the coming months. May not be yet, but it's happening soon. I believe it is happening already, but with some of you it may happen later, number 2. At the end of it all, I find that number 2, you personally, are very much influenced by a female spirit guide. You'll have many guides, and you'll probably know a lot of them, who I'm talking about, but one of your main guides is a lady who is very attractive, a very peaceful lady, a calm lady, who when she was around had that kind of influence on everybody. She could walk into a room and calm people down just by walking in. That kind of aura that very, very few people have. There are 1 or 2 cards that depict this, and this is one of them. The High Priestess. She is calm, peaceful, tranquil. She gives off vibes that equal tranquility, cool. Youngsters would call her cool. She has that effect on people who she meets, and she's in spirit, and she's having that effect upon you at the end of all these problems. So maybe not just yet, but I think she's watching you. I think she's looking after you. Of course it could be a male, but I think it's mainly female. So at the end of this turbulence, the aggravation, the turbulence, the dodgy women causing trouble, or woman trying to cause trouble, at the end of it, I think peace will prevail. I'm not suggesting you're with your soulmate, but the same applies to number 1. If you want a full reading with me, go to my website, davidcharlespsychic.com. You can book me on there from anywhere in the world. Or you can book one of my team on there that work for me, and they're all very good. So, remember, don't put up with any niggling, nagging or sarcasm, and if you're the one doing that, stop it. Endure the turbulence, because it will remove all the rubbish and it'll be a relief when it's over. Bear in mind that somebody is causing trouble in the background, or trying to. They may not be succeeding, although I think they probably are, and it's females, or at least one female. But at the end of it all, I think you'll feel peace, tranquility, and your main spirit guide at this time is a young lady. I don't think she's very old, and she will be guiding you at the end of this. So what you're going through now, number 2, I'm afraid you have to go through in order to find peace and tranquility at the end. Hope you found that interesting. Please subscribe to my channel. Please click like below. Please put some comments down, because I will answer them. Interact with me if you can, and subscribe and click the bell icon if you'd like to be contacted when I upload a new video. So we're going to look at number 3 now. If you chose number 3, these are for you. Is somebody interfering in the background? Well, it's quite a complex situation, this, because number 3, I believe you may be in a 3-way romance, or you may be heading towards one in the coming months. That can mean 3 people in a romance. It can be another woman, it can be another man in the background, hidden away somewhere. It can be your mother-in-law, or his mother-in-law, or her mother-in-law, stirring up trouble. So yes, there is someone causing trouble in the background. They may not need or mean to, especially if it's an ex, but they are. And that will continue. And I also believe, number 3, that there may be trouble from colleagues at work as well. So think about who you work with or who comes in and out of your life because of your work, even if you don't work with them. Because something around your earthly life gives me, there's messages that there's problems around your earthly life with people who have let you down in the past, and you're fed up with it and you don't want it anymore. You're fed up with the hurt, you're fed up with the pain, and you've just about had enough of it, which is making you, not surprisingly, very defensive. Defensiveness for you at the moment, number 3, is needed. It's a good thing. Keep your guard up, your armor up, and keep your sword bright. Good saying, because these are swords, this one here anyway. So you could be in a triangle, or number 3, you could be heading towards a triangle. As I keep repeating, it doesn't always mean a betrayal or another man or another woman. It can be in-laws, work colleagues, people down the pub, people at the golf course. It could be women at the hairdressers. Somebody could be causing trouble there, and somebody can also be causing trouble who is linked in some way to your work. You may not work with them, but there's a link to trouble in your work, number 3. I think you'll know what I mean, because you've had it before and you don't want it again. The outcome of this, similar to number 2, I think you'll receive advice from an older man. Could be your dad, could be an old uncle. It's like a father figure. It may not be your father, but it's that kind of person, a man or woman, most likely a man, who will give advice. Don't think, oh, it's only him. Listen to it. Listen to what he says, because this person knows what the word is and what he's on about. If he gives advice, listen to it. Think about it, and you'll see that he's right. So number 3, you do have a few problems, possibly with triangles. As you may have noticed, we have this card here, the Wheel of Fortune, one of the major arcana's best cards. This means that your luck is changing, number 3, and it means your luck is changing for the better. And it means your luck is changing for the better soon as well. Within 3 or 4 months, you're going through, or you'll enter into, a very lucky period, and you need to be ready for it. Embrace it when it comes, and good luck in most readings comes in the form of offers. So watch out for offers. Watch out, number 3, for opportunities. Go for it, grab it when it comes, don't miss it. Otherwise you'll look back and think, oh, that was it and I've missed it now. So be alert for something to change your life and turn your fortunes around for the better, dramatically. Once again, I don't necessarily see, I could be wrong, I don't necessarily see you with your soulmate, but that may be so obvious that it doesn't need to come through the reading. You'll know about that, of course. So not too bad, number 3, your luck's changing anyway, and thank you for watching that. Please subscribe to my channel. Please comment below and join in with the conversation. Click like and share me with your friends on social media, Facebook, Twitter, those things. And click the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when I upload new videos. Don't forget, in a minute we're going to start stage 17 of the Old England Tarot School Diploma course. Before that, we have number 4. Thank you, number 4, for being patient. Right, karma surrounds you. I don't necessarily think, number 4, that somebody is interfering in the background, at least not at the moment. So if something's going wrong, it may be caused by something else. As it stands here, you've got lots of opportunities coming. With this romance, this friendship, whatever it is you're looking at, the reason you're watching this, possibly a romance, there's lots of opportunities coming. Everything will come to you. You'll be able to choose what you want to do. Only you will know what this means when it happens. And you'll soon find out that opportunities are coming regarding this relationship, whether it's romance or whatever it is. You may be traveling, the pair of you together. You may be traveling overseas. Perhaps you're thinking of touring the world or something like that. But you may be traveling soon if you want to. I'm looking 3 or 4 months ahead, number 4. There is somebody worrying about you, and I think it's your partner. So why is he or she worried about you? Think about it. There's nothing here to say they should be. So do they know something that you don't know? Or are you hiding something from them? But they're worried about you, which tells me that they care about you. If they didn't care about you, they wouldn't worry about you. You may find also that somebody else is worried about you. It could be your sister, your brother, your mum, your dad, a cousin, a friend at work. Somebody, number 4, is concerned about you, which could mean you're not looking after yourself. It's not coming through from the spirit world, but this worry is, and someone's worried about you, which means you possibly are not looking after yourself, or they perceive that you're not. They're looking at you and thinking he or she is not looking after themselves, or something similar. Then you have some karma coming. You know what karma is? It means you'll get exactly what you deserve. And you will get what you deserve if you're not already doing so. But some of you, I think, number 4, are going through separations and divorces. I see solicitors. I see legal paperwork, documents. I see things that really can grate and get on your nerves when they come through the letterbox in the mornings. And you think it's not another one of them. If you can keep lawyers out of this, you should do so. You've got 3 or 4 months of this. So if you can separate, if that's what's happening, without involving solicitors and lawyers, then you please do so. Don't let them get involved. They'll just make things worse. They nearly always do anyway. They'll make things much worse, and they'll take everything they can from you, a lot of them as well. So quite a complex situation here, number 4. I believe that everything is yours if you want it. You may not want it, but everything you want is there for the taking. I don't necessarily see someone stirring up trouble behind your back at the moment, or for the coming 2 or 3 months. I think your karma is coming, and your karma is good. You'll get what you deserve. If you deserve this romance, you'll get it. If not, you will end it. You will make a decision in the coming months. Once again, I don't think you're with your soulmate, but I do say quite often that that's quite rare anyway. Everyone thinks they're with a soulmate, but it can be quite unusual. And your soulmate, of course, can be your brother or your sister. It doesn't have to be your lover. Especially when you're twins. Normally your twin is your soulmate. But looking at this, number 4, it's pretty average. It's not something dynamic like winning the lottery here, but there's nothing tragic either. I think if you want this romance or this relationship, you can have it. You can have more or less anything you want at the moment, but that won't last forever. So if the things you need, grab them with both hands now. Somebody's worried about you, and I'm concerned why they're worried about you, but I think you'll know the answer to that. You may be dealing with paperwork, legal stuff, solicitors, lawyers, lawsuits even. Not a good time for that. Try to avoid that. And remember, you'll get what you deserve here. So if you're good to this person that you're thinking of, then you'll get him or her. If you're not good, then you won't. You need to be good for this romance or this relationship to work. You need to do your part. Don't rely on the other person all the time. So thank you for watching that, number 4. Please subscribe to my channel. Please share me on Facebook and all that lot with your friends. Please interact with me below in the comments and click like. Anything you want to say, I'll try and answer it for you. And if you want a full-length, proper psychic reading, go to davidcharlespsychic.com, my website. I have a team there working for me who are very good. And if you don't want one of my team, you can book me on there as well from anywhere in the world. So we're going to do, in a few moments, stage 17 of the Old England Tarot School Diploma course, which will eventually be printed out for you to download the whole thing. So we can't do it all on here, obviously it would take hours. But we're going to do briefly stage 17, which is the 3 of Cups, in a few moments after this short interludings. Welcome back. Now we're doing stage 17 of the Old England tarot school course, and you'll see the beautiful Three of Cups there, three ladies holding a drink in the air, celebrating. And I'm going to use my notes, so excuse me for using notes, otherwise I'll forget half of it. This Cups card, the Three of Cups, means, once again really, an emotional time. Perhaps, as it indicates, a time for celebration. Any problems you've been experiencing, if this is read to you, for you, any problems you've been having should soon be resolved. Any projects you've been putting on hold may begin and come to success. The Three of Cups represents news, a good news as well. It can also be a gift, something nice coming your way, a gift from someone. And I think if you were having the reading, you'd know what that means. It could be a Christmas gift or something like that. But gifts are coming in sometimes. These gifts can actually somehow make you have to commit more and work harder at things. And normally with the Cups, it's romance. This Cups card can mean that if you've been feeling under the weather, or a bit down in the dumps, or a bit depressed even, the presence of this card in a reading can bring healing. Not every time, but it can bring healing, both physically and emotionally. It means family matters are prominent. Family matters are prominent. Gatherings and parties, weddings, birthdays, that sort of thing, are likely. And it's a time when you'll reap the rewards of past efforts. You see, some people do outtakes at the end of their readings. I just leave them all in. Sorry about that. So, the Three of Cups. If they see this in a group, it means it's a different approach for most of you, doing things differently. You like to join in with others sometimes. It can mean friendships and community, but not always. There are questions to be answered by this card. It's all about romance and whether you should mix with people or not. If you're having the reading done for you, you'd know what it means. You'd know if you want to. You see three women dancing in a circle, almost like witchcraft really. Their arms reach out to each other, they're feeling the cups. In many settings, women create like a social glue and bond together. So if it's for three women, they would know what that means. The dancing is a symbolism thing. It means the coming of love. But these feelings don't just relate to women, they relate to men as well. And it's a good card. It can be feelings really associated with friendship. That's what this card's about. And sometimes love and passion as well. Community, a network of people working together, interacting with each other. It can be a group where the members feel a bond with each other. So a different kind of card really. It means consider reaching out and giving or sometimes receiving help as well. Don't stick to things on your own. The card stands for all kinds of support. If you're living alone, people may come and support you, including formal aid such as counselling and social services, that kind of thing it can include. But the women in this card are expressing joy and high spirits, as you can see. Feelings are not limited to groups, but they are especially strong in groups. They're good, and it's a good mood card. It means you feel like dancing and singing. There's some key words with this one, of course. Feeling exuberant, bursting with energy, being in the flow, celebrating, overflowing with high spirits, feeling on top of the world, dancing, singing, putting yourself out there, as they say, enjoying friendships. Good card, Three of Cups. Getting together with people you like, comradeship, sharing, receiving and giving out hospitality, finding companions, trusting each other or trusting others, and relying on outside help. It can mean that, especially if you're an older person. And you can be involved with the community if you're older. Team spirit, support groups, working together, forming bonds with each other, discovering a common goal, and being neighbourly really. There's a lot more to this card than that, but that will be dealt with in the main course notes, which will be available to download hopefully soon. It is a very big job. But the Three of Cups, stage 17, I hope that was helpful for you. You can always watch it again and again till it sinks in for you. And I often say, if you have some cards, take the Three of Cups to bed with you tonight, prop it up on the bedside cabinet, and do this with most of the cards. And it will help you, if you think about it before you go to sleep, it will help you to get it to sink in more for you. So thank you for that. once again, special hello and now goodbye if you've been watching this all on your own or lonely. Please subscribe to my channel. Click like and share me with your friends on Facebook and social media and that sort of thing. Click the bell icon if you want to be notified when I upload new videos. If you want a proper full length reading with me or one of the team that work for me, go to my website, which is davidcharlespsychic.com, and make some comments below, and I'll join in the comments and interact with us and the spirits, and it would be good for you as well. So thank you for that. We'll soon be moving on now to stage 18 of the Old England Tarot School Diploma course. Until that's ready, I'll be saying cheerio for now, and I'll catch you later. Bye bye.